Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Horizen Weekly Insider number 68. Today is November the 30th, and happy Monday to you all. We are live now on Discord and YouTube, thanks to Michael. And as you know, this call will be also available for you to check out later in our Horizen podcast, so you can check out the updates later as well. Please remember to be asking your questions on Menti. We have sent the code here for you to ask your questions or leave us any comments while this call is happening, so we can answer them all at the end. I'll pass the word now to Luca to give us the engineering updates.
Thank you, Angie. So I'm here with Alberto, and just like last week, we will start our engineering updates from the mentioned part. In particular, Alberto, we might want to start with the reindex on the Zendi part today.
Oh, yeah, sure. Thanks, Luca. Okay, regarding the reindex, the code is ready, and so it has been published. It's needed still an iteration of code review, but it seems to work fine and already seems to have a benefit in terms of performance in the whole reindex process. Okay, let's go on with the Zendu, and in particular the certificate quality implementation. We are continuing to work on it, and in particular we have completed the first draft with all the relevant functionalities, and this includes almost all integration tests. After a first code review session, we identified some possible areas of improvements, and so the guys are working on that. And so we will have probably some additional code refactoring and adding some additional unit tests. Regarding the proving system and let's say all the area of optimizations, like for example GPU. Okay, on the prover side, we identified. You remember that we ported on GPU. Many of the, or even almost all of the multiscalar multiplications of the prover, and but one of the phases of the prover were not performing so well on the GPU. So we identified first we identified this that was affecting the overall performances enhancement that we had on the other parts, and so we identified also the reason for that. So we are currently working on a more efficient way to bring this part on the GPU, because the way we used was perfect for the other two parts of the prover, but for this specific part of the prover is not providing benefits. So we are finding another way for porting this process on the GPU. Another important part that we are working on is, beyond the overall design of the proving system that we are going to use, is also a possible, and this is part of this overall design, is a possible change on the prover to defer some of the most expensive operation and defer some of these operations only at the final certificate proof. But this is still, something that we are verifying, is not yet confirmed. It needs a little bit of more checks. Okay, going on with the SDK changes. As you know, we had several workshop sessions that were involving the circuit and also these sessions were meant to understand what are the needed changes on the SDK side. And so, in regards to the prover's invocation mechanism, some of these changes are related to the state organization. So, for example, we want to provide to the prover the data that is necessary for generating the proof. So, for example, the transitions, the data that is needed for proving the transitions in the state. So, all these kind of things had, as a consequence, identifying the changes that we need to do on the implementation of the SDK to keep the state. So introducing, for example, the handling of this UTXO Merkle tree instead of a map, and how can we apply these changes one by one. I mean, given a transaction, and so collecting the data that should be passed to the prover and so on. So we had a very other very interesting sessions also with Alexander, and I think that we got a good design, and so now we are proceeding in these iterations for fixing this design phase, and then continuing with the implementation. Related to this is the circuit, and in particular, we had also, for example, with Daniele, some sessions, and Andre, some sessions related to the how we are structuring the gadgets, in particular the gadgets, in a way that they are modular for, let me say, ensuring that all the checks and the statements regarding the most common rules of transaction can be reused also in case of dynamic circuit, or sorry, dynamic extendable circuits, extendable transaction circuits. In any case, also this design phase is something that is going on, and this is necessary also for completing the implementation, because in reality, we already have some base transaction circuit, but currently is not designed in the way that we wanna have it. We wanna have it in a way that can be more easily be extended for specific needs. Okay, totally different topic is the Sidechain Explorer. As we announced last week, we have also started working on the SDK in order to allow the future support of the Sidechain Explorer. So, if you remember, we needed to implement a WebSocket server on the Sidechain node for, let me say, supporting the Explorer, and this is finished, and I mean the first code phase. And so currently we are adding the endpoints needed by the Sidechain Explorer. For sure, this will need unit tests that still are missing, and also obviously the code review sessions. Okay, this is the last thing, and it's related to BlockUp 2020, the conference, the prestigious BlockUp 2020 conference that took place yesterday. And so now the videos are published, and we will now repost the video on Discord in case you have missed it. And obviously, please let us know what you think about it, and obviously, if you have any questions and comments, they're here. And I think that's all.
That's probably it, yeah. So I will now repost the videos, as Alberto just said, and back to you, Angie.
Thank you, and Alberto and Luca, for the engineering updates. Let's continue with Chronic for the infra updates.
Yeah, happy Monday and happy halving week. Just a short update from me this week. So we've actually hit 2 gigahash per second on the Zen main chain, and this is a new record for us. But also hash rate seems to be dropping slightly again, which means that the difficulty is a little high, and the block intervals are higher as well. Due to this, the new ETA of the halving block is around 10:40 a.m. on December 2nd. This is UTC. And you might have seen that we've posted a message to node operators due to the rewards being halved for secure and super nodes as well. We will extend the payment period on December 2nd to end on the halving block. And then we will do a shorter payment period from the halving block forward until around 1 a.m. on December the 3rd. And that's it from me this week.
Thank you, Chronic. Let's continue with Jonathan to give us the growth updates.
Hey everyone, happy Monday. On the growth side, we're seeing really nice stats this past week as a result of the price movement and also the halving coming up. We're seeing about a 75% increase in wallet downloads per the trend. We're also seeing about 100 to 150% increase in traffic to our websites and emails. And also, I just want to say thanks to everyone who's promoting that in the halving event. This is obviously a huge result of all the promotion that people are doing, talking about it, posting on Twitter. I mean, it's very unusual to see 150% increases in traffic over a period of a week, meaning every day it's 150% increase. In addition to that, the growth team is also almost finished with the new website for Horizen and the new events page. I'm sure Lucy will talk about that in a little bit. I also wanted to remind everyone that we have removed Blocks Jump from the faucet. All payments have been made for the Blocks Jump game. So if you still haven't received a payment, let us know because you should have at this point. And that's it for me. Gustavo, anything on your end?
Nothing today. Just adding up that I'm looking forward to the halving party. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Jonathan and Gustavo. Let's continue with Dean for the BD and operations updates.
Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. So lots of updates on our side, and we'll start it off with Vano and the integration partnerships. Vano?
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Dean. So last week has been amazing in terms of listings and partnerships, really worthy of halving. And I will start with I think the most important and exciting news is that Binance Loans added Zen as a borrowable asset, which means that you can now borrow Zen from Binance in exchange for BTC, USDT, DAI, BUSD, and several other altcoins used as a collateral. This is great news as it adds a whole new use case to Zen as a cryptocurrency. And also during last week, we added a lot of new listings, and I will start with spot exchanges, spot listings. And in this regard, we have been added by Gate.io, CoinTiger, BitHump, and XT.com. These exchanges added USDT peers for Zen, and we have also been added by several exchanges at margin and perpetual trading accounts. And these exchanges are Binance, MXC, CoinTiger, and OKX. So in total, I think it's like 7 or 8 new listings during last week, and each of them is very important for Zen as our markets are maturing a lot. I'm now passing the word to Guan for some Chinese market updates.
Thank you, Vano. Hello, everyone. This is Guan from China Markets, and I have 5 updates to report. The first update is last week. I had a very successful AMA with the most influential crypto media called Jinse Finance, and had another interview with Bitball Exchange, which also has a strong user base. Those events did bring us a lot of attractions and flows. They're really very confused about why Grayscale is holding in Zen. They asked me a lot of questions like what's the relationship between Zen and the Classic? What makes Zen unique from our competitors? Why Grayscale chose Horizen? What problem do Horizen solve? Also, because we are a project backed by Grayscale, they didn't charge us much, and we only spent a little cost of giving away some swags. But we received massive media and other new communities exposure. A big thanks to DCG and Grayscale. Grayscale, without DCG and Grayscale's endorsement, we definitely can't afford to pay such media exposure in China. But I want to stress one thing, is that Zen is a totally decentralized and non-profit project with low ICO, low crowdfunding, low private placement with any capitals or institutions. The team has no control over the price of Zen. The economic model is even and fair and sustainable. In the CRC ranking, Horizen has the same score as Bitcoin, which is 1.0. The second update is that we truly have a strong community in China, because even we were in a very stressful situation in the past 3 years due to the low market cap, but they still believed in the project and believe in our team members. Because we have the most amazing graphic design, some of our Chinese community members said that they want to hold a small amount of Zen simply because the beautiful designing of our Zen logo. The market momentum recently is on Horizen. The community growth and marketing is much easier than the past 3 years. Not only do we have the strong support of those top institutions and top investors, but also a strong community who are from all over the world, including elites to grassroots. We have those community stars and institutions in China market who have never been mentioned in our blog or our live stream, but they did contribute a lot in helping Horizen's China media exposure, third-party integrations, in attracting a developer to use our SDK. I've asked them to record then having celebration video, and you guys will see them in our upcoming having events. I never do those things alone, but together with the whole team, with the whole community, and with our beloved China partners. And the third update is that a China game platform whose manager is also a Zen holder. He wants to seek a win-win cooperation with our faucet, just like the Brave Explorer, which will potentially bring the foundation some extra income. But I need Lucy's help and find a free time to have a meeting with him to see whether we can push the thing forward. The fourth update is that the biggest Bitcoin and Zcash mining pool called Pulolin.com will list them on December the 1st. I've got in touch with them. They have a lot of Zcash miners. Actually, I've contacted them to list us last year, but they chose to be ignorant. But when our market cap goes up, they found that Zen is a Grayscale product, and our graphic design is amazingly good looking. They gradually learned and invited me to introduce them to their miner community. Also, they want us to post a blog or short news to launch Zen's new listing on Pulolin.com to do some interaction. I've already told Lucy about Pulolin's listing. The fifth thing is that I will have an AMA with XT.com to introduce Horizen tomorrow at 4 p.m. China time. This event also covers a lot of the user, which is about 100,000. I don't know the validity of the user base, but it's always a great pleasure to introduce them to those new babies. And that's all. I will pass the mic to Dian. Thanks.
Wow. Thank you, Guan. That was quite an update. A lot going on, and love hearing that our graphics are a big hit because, as we all know, I've had a little hand here or there in our graphic design stuff. So turning it over to now quickly to Casper's with a quick update on our sidechain partnerships. Casper's?
Sure, thank you, Dean. Hi, everybody. So more good news from the BD team. As we announced last week, we had a newly signed MOU where our projects are now coordinating a joint PR. In addition to that, a couple new MOUs are going out this week, which is great. Shortly about the stats, we had 11 calls last week, ranging from discussions with very young projects to some very well-known and established players in the industry. Now looking into our documentation and sidechains SDK. This week we are planning for further 9 calls, couple of which include follow-up calls from previous weeks. All of this just shows that we have gained some momentum and we are moving forward. So really exciting times and really strong week and indeed month for Horizen. That's it from me today. Thank you all.
Thank you, Kaspers. Back to you, Angie.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Amazing updates from the BD section. Let's continue with Lucy for the marketing ones.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Exciting updates as usual. And I hope people in America had a great Thanksgiving weekend. So we ran a Black Friday sale on our store, and it was very popular. So if you missed the Black Friday sale, then we have the Cyber Monday sale today, okay, with 30% off store-wide. So it's one day only and the biggest sale of the year. So please go to our store and get some of your favorite Horizen swag today. And move to the developer community growth. We had a 0.28% increase in our early adopter program and 3.31% increase on HDE user signups, and all that brings our total developer growth to 2.37%. So again, very steady growth. And then we mentioned last week that we were in the process of refining our core messaging and updating our website. And our updated core messaging is more focused and easier to understand and remember. So we have also updated the homepage design. Jonathan just mentioned, and it looks great, and it should be live anytime now today, thanks to the UX team's very speedy work. And then also on the PR side, our general counsel, Dean, his commentary was mentioned in Fox News. Okay, in an article called "Opposition Leaders Launch Unprecedented Partnership in Funnel Funds." So it's about cryptocurrency is being used in to bolster foreign aid in Venezuela. So it's a really interesting piece for people who are particularly interested in how cryptocurrency and blockchain can impact the financial system, particularly in a very unstable political and social environment. So it's a very interesting piece. And then also, Rob's commentary was featured in a Cointelegraph article about Bitcoin and the crypto market. So please check both of them out. They're very interesting. And then also, as we have just heard, that there are a lot of BD activities happening, exchange listings, like sidechain partnerships, and all the amazing activities in China. Vano just mentioned some of them, some of the listings, so we have announced a lot of them last week, and we will be announcing more this week and the coming weeks. So, and including some really exciting sidechain partnerships. So, don't go anywhere. Stick around and stay tuned. And lastly, about the upcoming Zen Halving livestream party that our community is organizing. I know there have been a lot of planning and movements, and I believe Michael from Telegram has some updates for the party. Michael, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Lucy. So we are super excited and can't wait. Be sure to join us live on December 2nd via horizenhalving.com. The live stream event will begin 1 hour before the estimated halving time. We will be giving away Zen as airdrops if you attend live. And you can also win a Horizen branded Cool Wallet S. So be sure to join us live for your chance to win. We do have a Zen donation address for those wishing to help towards funding our giveaways. We will have a QR code and wallet address in the live video description for anyone wishing to donate during the event. Any excess funds will be given to the Horizen Community Council to help support future activities. We have interviews with team and community members and industry experts, including John Walpert from Baseline, Alex Mashinsky from Celsius Network, who are meeting in about 2 hours, Jimmy Lenz, and of course our very own Rob Viglione and Rolf Versluis, plus many more. It will be a fantastic event to learn more about what makes Horizen so special to all of us, and also gain unique perspectives on the industry as a whole. HorizenHalving.com. See you on December 2nd, and back to you, Angie.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much, Michael and Lucy. Let's continue with Rosario for protein engineering.
Hi, guys. I was having a bit of audio issues last week, so hopefully you're able to hear me well. Happy Having Week. I'm so grateful our community is hosting the Having Party, and Michael, Spencer, thank you for taking the lead and going with it. I didn't mention this last time, but wanted to give a shout out to Solo Miner. I know it's been a full week, but he wrote a post about Horizen, and it was just very helpful. So I just wanted to give him a shout out and just highlight how involved our community is at this time. Also, super thanks to Paolo for stepping in and supporting some having tasks. It's great to see cross collaboration of departments. So that was great to see. So as we are coming to the end of the year, we are in the process of planning our 2021 roadmap, which is very, very exciting. And we hope to be publishing that soon in the upcoming weeks. So now on to the building updates. And this is on behalf of Horizen Labs product. So we are finalizing the architecture for Celsius, which provides a fully decentralized audit system. And we are dividing the project in phases, and the first proof of concept that we will be working on and the milestones associated with those. So it's great news that the proof of concept is going to be something that we are going to be able to reuse for the final solution. Sometimes proof of concepts are things, solutions tend to be not used and kind of shuffle away, but this is great news that we'll be able to just build upon the proof of concept. So special thanks to Alberto for providing guidance on the architecture, and Mauricio for also identifying the designs, the detailed design and milestones for the project, and leading that very well. We're also working on a game chain, and this is going to be a side chain design that will allow transfer game-related digital assets that can be generated by a game publisher and sold for Zen to sidechain users. Sidechain users will have the ability to buy those digital assets, own them in the sidechain wallet, and use them in a game. Paolo started developing Paolo came up with the overall technical design for the sidechain, and he's actively working on the sidechain itself. And we're working with the customer who will be making some changes onto their game in itself, and they have to integrate our sidechain into their game. So that's work that's ongoing. And we are targeting the spring for this project completion, but we're still working on the details. So once we have a better plan of deliverable, it will be added to our roadmap. One of the game chain dependency is the Sidechain Explorer. So you've heard Alberto mention the Sidechain Explorer, and that's for the large, the big deliverable for the SDK. But we will be making use of that Sidechain Explorer for this game chain project. So that's something that is actively being worked on and will be attached to the game chain project. And that is it for now. Happy having, and chat with you guys later. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosario. Rolf, would you like to add any updates or comments?
Yeah, I just want to mention, Rosario, that's really exciting about the side chain that's going to be for non-fungible tokens. I mean, NFTs they're one of the really big growth areas. So that's a great idea. I just want to say, this is the fun time of being part of a crypto project, going up in rankings, going up in market cap, adding new exchanges, new partnerships. enjoy it. This, I mean, with the Horizen halving celebration coming up, had a great time talking with Spencer and Michael, and hopefully provided a little bit of interview content that can be used somewhere. But with the halving, this is the 4-year point, and we've all worked really hard for 4 years, and we're starting to get some recognition. So I mean, even though we're working really hard and continuing and being busy all the way through, take some time and enjoy this. Thanks. That's what I got.
Thank you, Rolf. And now let's welcome Rob for the final part in Q&A session.
Rolf, so well stated. I completely agree. And who doesn't love being part of a crypto project when things are hot? But yes, it's taken 4 years to get to where we are. And there were points in that time frame where it looked like we might not even survive. Of course, as a team, we know we're not quitting, but still, from others outside looking in, we've gone through some crazy ups, crazy downs. Honestly, could not be more excited with where we are now. And a little bit of change that I've been loving is even just these calls. Take these as an example. Is I love how they're becoming more about the community and not only about, say, the foundation or Horizen Labs. So this needs to continue. We're going to continue this trend, and it's just really exciting to see different people from around the world chiming in on exactly what's going on in their areas and how this momentum that we're getting is just continuing to roll. Now, that said, while things are rolling and it looks like everything's going so well, we are just continuing as a team to focus. And the priority, some nuance that maybe if you heard from Alberto, or maybe you didn't necessarily pick up on it, but there's so much work going on the engineering side right now. And the big thing that we need to hone in on is exactly what we're going to deliver to mainnet with respect to Zendu and when. So this is absolutely critical priority for us to be able to lock this down. And I've had just a series of fantastic calls with Alberto over the last couple of weeks, just kind of summarizing and digging in on what the team has been doing and what he's mentioned to you here. But I'm really excited. So the way we're looking at this now is the context is we know we need to deliver, and laser focused on that. And now it's just a question of how ambitious do we want to be, and kind of how do we want to balance priorities between taking on things that we know are the future in the industry versus doing things that have a lower risk now, so that we can just go to market with something. I think so. What Alberto's done over the last couple of weeks for me has been to really synthesize this information in a way that just makes sense and resonates and helped me understand what the different trade-offs are. And this was key. So understanding 3 different options and what kinds of trade-offs they entail. And I can speak just now high level because we still need to put things on paper and get out and translate this into project plans, or at least a kind of a Gantt timeline for the community. We will, but just so you guys know, like where we're going with it is, we are delivering multiple systems. So this includes work on ZenD. It includes a proving system. It includes a circuit, and it includes an SDK. So you can look at this as 4 teams, 4 distinct teams at least. Each of them have their own path to get to mainnet. And we need to really decide what is the joint path going to look like, what could we decouple, and really can we decouple things that might have more uncertainty so that they're not sitting on the critical path. Maybe do them in parallel so that if those teams happen to complete on time, that's awesome and just adds significant value to what we end up delivering on mainnet. But if things do slip because some things contain more uncertainty and risk than others, we're not pushing the entire project or the entire mainnet delivery back. So I'm really happy with the combination of trade-offs that Alberto's put together, and really excited to get it on paper so that you guys can understand where we're going. And honestly, it's a pretty amazing delivery that we have upcoming. Okay, speaking of amazing, our markets have been maturing really fast. Vano gave you a flavor for what's going on. I'm not going to repeat all of the wave of new listings that are going on right now, including the new listings and trading pairs on different markets around the world. We do have some big developments on just the financial, I don't know if you call it financial engineering or just the financial product side, you call it. We have margin lending available now, so lending markets for Zen on exchange. We have futures trading on some very large key exchanges like Binance, OKEX. We have new listings on MXC, CoinTiger, Gate.io. I did say I wasn't going to just repeat the listings, but it's really exciting, and we do have new listings forthcoming as well. So the bottom line, though, and where this gets really interesting, is the volume that we've generally had over the last, like our last trend line for volume is about 10x higher than what it was even a week ago. So that's really important. And what it means is with higher volume and deeper order books, more liquidity, more market access, more sophisticated trading products, all of this helps to drive new investors, funds, and traders into our markets. So again, we're not about speculating on price or anything like that here. It's more about the market mechanics or microstructure of what's going on, and it's all looking very favorable right now, to the point where I do expect others, or at least Zen, to become more interesting of a project for other traders and funds to at least start looking at, and that's the good news. Finally, I'm just going to repeat, we have our big halving event tomorrow, 4 years in the making for this project existing. This is a really big deal. And big thanks to everyone who's been working relentlessly behind the scenes to make sure that just the mechanics of the halving itself go off successfully. There's actually a lot of work that's gone into it, everything from Chronic and the entire engineering team working on making sure that things go smoothly, to the community stuff, which is just really cool, like putting together the halving party, Michael from Telegram, Don Crypto, aka Spencer, putting together a really fun event for you guys tomorrow. I intend to participate. I highly encourage everyone here to participate. There's a fun list of interviews that the guys have been doing behind the scenes. I interviewed personally with Tatiana Moreau. Sorry, guys, if I wasn't supposed to say that, but we have some other friends of the project participating here. A video is going to be cut out of it all. Community artwork has been coming about to support it, and just getting the community involved. Big thanks to you guys, and it should be a really momentous day for us tomorrow, and also just a really fun event for people to participate in. Anyway, so I'll stop here. We can open it up to Q&A. We are a little over time.
Thank you, Rob. So the first question is this the start of a new era for the project? Can Sendu rival with Ethereum 2.0, Cardano, or Polkadot?
Absolutely. No, that's exactly right. And it's good that community members here who have been following the project get it, but I can guarantee you that most of the industry still does not get it. And they will once we actually get to mainnet and we start getting these, just this wave of use cases that the BD team's been putting together onto mainnet, and you actually see Zen being used as transaction gas, as collateral for sidechains. It's going to be really, really hot and jumping the ecosystem, and for sure, the technology can rival the best of the industry.
Thank you. Next question is, do you sell Zen OTC or open markets?
No, we don't. And I'm speaking by we, I mean the foundation does not. There are plenty of participants in our ecosystem, like Genesis Trading, that does professional OTC. And if anyone is looking at doing large purchases or sales of Zen, I encourage OTC. But otherwise, for us, it's just about facilitating market access, and we just don't get involved in any of the trading mechanics.
Thank you. Third question is, do you see Cardano as a competitor?
At this stage, I view the entire industry as blue ocean. And what this means is not to take a cop out here, because Cardano is a fantastic project run by a great team and amazing scientists behind it. In fact, part of the organization behind Cardano, IOHK, still has a research team working with Horizen. That's Dr. Roman Olenikov, and we could not be happier with that team. So would I call them a rival, since we also work with, they're very much, some of the same scientists on it? I don't know. I'm not at the point where I would call them a rival, because we're carving out a new industry, and there's just so much opportunity for so many different projects. And because we're learning directly from each other and collaborating with each other across the industry, I'm not quite at the stage where we're at the competitive rivalry stage of our industry life cycle, where it's kind of cannibalizing, taking a client from one project cannibalizes opportunity for another. We're not there yet. We still are just at the very tip of the iceberg as an industry, where we need to all collaborate, work together, and really just drive awareness for what we're doing, because we are doing something extremely revolutionary as an industry, and we're just getting warmed up.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask you, Rob, if we have like 1 more minute to pick up 2 random questions, because there's a lot of them this time.
Yeah, totally. And also Chronic has a question I'll answer afterwards. But yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Angie.
Okay, sure. So one random question that I picked here is, thanks for the updates on the GPU prover work. Can you give a guess as to when that will be operational or in production?
That'd be a good one for maybe Alberto to jump on.
Yes, sure. I was waiting for this one. Okay. Okay, regarding the GPU optimization that we're working on will be part of the prover. So they are going to be released with the release of the SDK that is using that will be using the prover to generate the proofs. So it will be part of the whole delivery that will include both the SDK, the mainnet changes, and so on. And obviously, this will be also part. I mean, obviously, we will follow the process of code audit and so on.
Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Okay, one question, last question. It says people will most likely withdraw from Node Wallet when big spikes. Does this affect down status on the Node website? Because I could not see big drops.
Alan, do you want to field that one? Or Chronic?
Happy to answer that one. So generally, when we do see large price increases, we do not see a corresponding large drop in the number of eligible nodes. I mean, we can only speculate as to why, but my opinion is that the people that invest in nodes really believe in the project and are willing to keep them.
Great.
Oh yeah, Angie. Let me not piggyback on that question, but
Sure,
Chronic clarified maybe the previous question on OTC trading for the foundation. I may have misunderstood the question. Does the foundation convert its Zen to fiat, OTC, or open market? The foundation uses OTC so that we can responsibly trade when we have cash needs as an organization. So good question.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you everyone for this amazing weekly insider. It just keeps getting better and better. I hope you have a great week. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you all next Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a good week.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.